Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Fernando, I am a professional cellist and music teacher, and in today's video I am going to discuss the different ways there are to play Bach, and I am going to give you the definitive way in which you should play Bach, and I guarantee you it's not what you are expecting. Coming up, I will explain the two main currents there are to play Bach or all sorts of baroque music nowadays. Then I'll make a kind of a parody of what a music lesson is. And then in the end, I will give you my opinion on how you should play Bach. Let's dive into it. Generally speaking, there are two ways of playing Bach: the authentic way and the romantic way. The romantic way was very much in trend until maybe 15-20 years ago, and now it's starting to disappear as people decide that we should play in a more authentic way. Taking the prelude from Bach's Second Suite, the romantic way would go like this. And so on and so on. You see that there's lots of vibrato, the sound is very tenuto, so I am holding the sound all the time, and every note is very connected. Now we also have the authentic way, and that would sound more or less like this. You can hear that it's less connected, there's less vibrato, there's less tenuto, and there are also more open strings, so the sound can resonate by itself, the instrument resonates by itself. A typical music lesson can go in two ways, depending on the teacher. Some teachers allow the students to play for a long time, so the whole piece that they have prepared, and others are going to cut you, interrupt you right after the first phrase. And then they will tell you, I am not finding that very personal. So you have to put more of your personality and your own ideas into the music. And that makes sense, right? But then the lesson starts properly, and then you play again. Wait. You have to play more of that note, and in this note you should have more vibrato, and this note should be stronger, and this one should be shorter, and this one is not like this, and this one is not like that. And then you start thinking, okay, where are my ideas in there? They are all your ideas. Why are you telling me all of this? And then you're asking me to put my personality in it. And then you start asking yourself, how should I play then? My own way or your way? And that's very often the case, unfortunately. When thinking about how to play Baroque music, we have to consider some technical aspects. We have in here the bow. This is a modern bow. In the times of Bach, the bow was shaped with another curve. So instead of having the curve like this, closer to the hair, we would have the curve like this, very much like a bow that you would use to throw arrows with. This bow was conceived to be able to play in a very uniform way, so I can play in all of the parts of the bow with the same sound. And like that, I can imitate the voice in a better way. Something that is important to consider as well is the end pin. By the time of Bach, they wouldn't play with an end pin. They would hold the cello in between the legs. And that makes the instrument much more unstable. You cannot play as fast, and in a way you have to hold the instrument with the hand. That makes it more difficult to play with vibrato, and it also makes it more difficult to play loud. They invented the end pin, and then the cello developed its technique enormously. In terms of the violin, which is also a very important instrument at that time, they didn't have the chin rest, so they would hold the instrument with the hand instead of with the chin. Now, when you're holding the instrument with the hand, it's resting in here, so your movements are extremely limited. The vibrato that we do nowadays is a movement that goes like this, or like this in the violin. If you are holding the instrument, this is the range of motion that you have, so you cannot really vibrate. How should you play Bach then? Well, I am not gonna tell you, and that's the whole point of the video. You have to find your own way. One of my brothers used to say something really interesting. Well, he still says it, but I haven't talked about that with him in a long time. How can you pretend to know what Bach liked? Maybe Bach would have loved the sound of a piano. Maybe Bach would have loved the sound of metal strings that you have in your cello now, or on the violin. You cannot even know. The idea behind that is that Bach composed his music for the instruments that were at hand for him at the time. But you cannot say that the way you're playing now is not Bach, because you don't really know. It is our job to interpret the music. It is not our job to try and find out what a guy that lived 300 years ago would maybe have thought if he had listened to what we are playing. You cannot say that something is not valid. As long as what you do makes musical sense, nobody can tell you that what you're doing is wrong. If there's something I would like you to take from this video, is that you should play your own way. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I am sure you're going to enjoy other videos that I have in my channel. Please check them out and don't forget to subscribe and press the notifications button. See you next time!